Like, kid logic is so weird because you think you can do anything and then you like look back on it and I'm like, what was I doing? Like, why did I think I could do that? I was talking to one of my friends and I was like telling her the stuff that I used to do as a kid. And she was like, Jamie, I literally never did any of that. And I was like, what? It got me thinking, like, did the things I used to do as a kid, were like they abnormal? So I'm just here to share with you the things I did as a kid. So let's get started. My two older sisters and I, we had a lot of free time on our hands since our dad worked and our mom was mainly at home, like on the computer and doing stuff. We'd always be outside and we really had nothing to do. So we always used to sit outside and have stare at the sun challenges. So basically, that's not self-explanatory enough. We used to sit outside and just stare at the sun so you could stare at the sun the longest. And I remember getting to 11 seconds and I don't know if that was good or bad, but now that was like, looking back on it, that's probably why my sister has like really bad eyes. I have really good eyes, but I know, it's just not really good for your eyes to be staring at the sun. Another thing I used to do as a kid is, I don't know why, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, but my mom used to tell me that you could like dig a hole to China since like on the earth, China's like below us. I don't even know if that's really how it is. I really think China's like here and we're like here. And I was like, OMG, like, why would somebody spend so much money flying across the world when you could just dig a hole down to China? So in our backyard, we used to have this like dirt area, and I remember every day after school, I would just get my shovel and dig an even deeper hole. Of course, 6-year-old me didn't think like there's like molten lava in between me and China. But yeah, every day for a good solid like month, I would say, I would just go outside after school and just dig a hole down to China. And I was like, I'm gonna look down there and be like, OMG, hi, little Chinese people. You know, I was a really weird kid. Like. And this one, actually, I think that no one really like did this, but it was something really weird I used to do. So there was this guy at our church who was like cross-eyed, so like when you'd see him, like he'd look like he could see fine, but when we saw him, he'd look like this, just walking down the hallway. And I used to always ask my mom, like, how did that guy get like that? And I don't know what, like, why my mom thought this or how she thought this, but I remember as a kid, she always used to tell me that if you cross your eyes and like bang your head up against something really hard, like your eyes will just stay cross-eyed. I remember one day I was sitting in the car and I was like, that's so weird, like I wonder what he did. So I was like crossing my eyes and I kept like just hitting my head against the seat, and like I'd stop and be like, dude, my eyes are like not gonna go back. Then I was like, how hard do I have to hit my head to do that? So literally as a 7-year-old child, I was just in the back of this car, and I remember my mom was like, what are you doing? And I was just like, Mom, I'm trying to go cross-eyed, like you told me. And she was like, Jamie, you're so dumb. And I was like, sorry. And lastly, one of the probably the funniest things I did, me and my sisters used to love the original Bring It On with like that girl from Spider-Man in it. And there's a clip and she like flips the person off.
By the way, nice spirit fingers.
Yeah, well here's another.
And I think that was the funniest thing ever. I would laugh at that so much, like it was so funny to me. And then, so I remember one day I was at church in like the little kids area, and I just like straight like flipped a little kid off, like just flipped someone off. And I got in so much trouble, like they took my mom out of service, I called her up, and like, I remember I got in so much trouble, so I got Bring It Off 4 taken away. And I remember my sisters were really mad at me because I was the youngest of 3 girls. So like, I was like 4 at the time, my other sister was 6 and a half, and my other sister was 7. So it was like they were like mature enough to know not to flip people off, and then I was just flipping people off, so it was really bad. Anyways, so I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for watching. I want you guys to let me know if you did these things as a kid. Give this a like if you liked it, and I think that's it because I hear my music playing. Stalk me on my social media, the links will be down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Egyptian.